Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello, my dear friends, grade 3 students. This is your friend Hussein, and it's social studies, inshallah. So I would like to welcome all of you, and let's see what do we have for today. Let me share my screen. Yes, here. I hope that you're fine, and inshallah, we're gonna meet soon. Inshallah, just pray for Allah. I just would like you to look at these two pictures and tell me what will happen to that picture on the top and why did this picture at the bottom, why does it look like this? Yes, so you know that that's an onion, and if you cut one, and I'd like you to try this, guys. Just get one onion and cut it, remove the covering, the outside cover, and just leave it in the kitchen for one day. And tell, of course, tell your family members that no one should touch this. And after one day, yes, I guess after one day or two, I would like you to observe. So you just go and check how is it or how it is, like every 4 or 5 hours. And I would like you to write down what's happening. I don't think that it will be the same. I don't think so. It's gonna change. The color will not be white anymore. I guess it's gonna be brown. And we can ask Mr. Ziad about this. This is how you can use English and science at the same time. What about the second one? The second picture? Maybe some of you will say, "Oh, somebody is moving with his car very fast and his." I don't know what you're doing, but I don't think that's not a car that caused this picture to be like this. There is something bigger than this. So let's see what do we have, guys. If you open your course book page 89, you're gonna say the title of lesson 1, unit 4, nature changed its face. But we have to remind you guys that nature is not able to do anything. No, never. It's Allah who's changing everything, because this is something that you should pay attention to. So here they are telling you that sometimes it is too hot, some other times it's too cold, and to change from hot to cold, this causes change on earth. And one of the main elements of change in nature is earthquakes. So the word itself is, when you chunk it into two parts, it's earth and quake, which means that the movement of the earth so fast. So an earthquake is what happens when parts of earth moves or shakes very fast. Alhamdulillah, Allah, Alhamdulillah has protected Makkah al-Mukarramah from earthquakes. I'm not very sure, but I think I heard this. But in other places around the world, they encounter some earthquakes. But Alhamdulillah, our Arab regions or Arab areas, Arab countries do not face that too much. But for example, in Egypt in 1992, I experienced this myself. I was in grade 7, and there was a very, very, let's say that a very strong earthquake. It was like 6.4, I guess. Richter scale, and Richter scale is the tool that they measure the strength of the earthquake with. Okay, so alhamdulillah, that earthquakes only take seconds, but I don't want you to go through this experience because it's extremely horrible and frightening. It is frightening. And if the earthquake is strong, it causes damage, lots of damage, like what happens to this land, to this ground. Okay, but it's not only earthquakes that cause damage. We have other forms as well. So I know that you know what's there on the top. Yes, it's tsunami. Yes. What is tsunami? We relate the name to the huge waves, and below that I guess that this is the effects, or this is the effect of tsunami attack. So here, as you can see, um, hmm, it's the right time to understand that tsunami is when earthquakes happens below the surface of the sea in oceans, like the one that happened in Asia, and it was a destructive. It caused a lot of destruction. So it is an enormous sea wave that travels at very high speed. And I guess that you saw many videos, many movies covering that topic, and it was really, really frightening. Alhamdulillah that we didn't encounter this, and we felt very sorry for the people who have seen that. Um, so when it crashes land, when it crashes on land, when it attacks land, it causes great damage too. And um, the third form of natural change is that thing. One of you will say, "Oh, that's a mountain." Yes, it's a mountain. But this mountain have things inside. It's liquid. It's in the liquid form, and it is extremely boiling. It is extremely boiling. When the mountain is no longer able to keep that liquid inside, explosions happen. We see smoke coming out of the crater of the volcano. So when the mountain has hot liquid or boiling liquid inside, it is called a volcano. And what comes out, as you're going to say in the sessions, is the lava. They are it is a molten rocks, and whatever it touches anything, it just burns it. So here, this is the text that you're going to read. And here, of course, in the time of danger, we need some medical assistance. So maybe you need some medical equipment, some tablets, some scissors, bandage, um, some kind of medicine for cure. And we call this first aid kit. First aid kit. This is because it's the first thing that should you use. If you were, of course, if you know how to deal with this, but if you don't know how to deal with it, you better call the ambulance, call the hospital, and they will send you people who can deal with the situation. Now, this is the first question. You have to match the following pictures with the nouns on the left, and the second one, there is um, you have to circle. We have 5 pictures, and you have to circle the things that we need during the time of danger. Thank you so much, and the PowerPoint presentation is in the folder. You can check it, and best of luck, guys. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I can just leave you for 1 second to answer this. Okay, goodbye. Assalamu alaikum.